Hey guys, cgaviator here in the cockpit of the F35, and in this video I'll be showing you 10 things that you really should know about this module. Whether you're trying to decide if you're going to buy it or not, or you already have it and you want to know everything you can do with it, this is the video for you. So first off, if you buy this aircraft from anywhere other than the Microsoft Flight Sim marketplace, you will have weapons available. Weapons are available by pressing No Weapons Selected here to bring up the SMS page. It used to be the case that you had to go to the weight and balance page, type in the weight of the store to have it available on the outside, but not so anymore. You can click on the SMS page and it gives you some pre-made loadouts. Really simple stuff. Look at all those weapons. You can also open the bomb bay doors from this page. And just have a look at all of those bombs. Very, very cool indeed. You can also put a camera in the bomb bay so you can have really unique views like this. In the F35A, it does not have a refueling probe. It has a receptacle that is used with a boom tanker. It is still animated that you may not know about. If you go to the fuel page on the right hand side, it says refuel system at the top. Click that and you can see it on the back portion of the aircraft. In the other two variants, the B and C, has a refuel probe that pops out on the right hand side. The F35 is all about the sensors, and in this model you have 3 draft implementations of sensors. If you press on the menu button top left, you can get the ASR, which is a synthetic aperture radar top-down black and white view of the Earth below. You also get the DAS, which I think stands for Distributed Aperture System, which is in the real aircraft a 360 infrared view of the world around the aircraft. In this model it is a top-down full colour view of the world below. Finally, you have the T-flare, or the forward-looking infrared, which gives you a forward-facing infrared view of what's coming up ahead. It is a very basic implementation, but it's there nonetheless. You can tell with all these different buttons and switches on the pages in front that you can get into a bit of a pickle. You can have all sorts of things all over the place. If you want to get out of this back to what it was default, you can go up to Menu and then Cruise, and it puts all the screens back to where it was originally. So don't be afraid to click on whatever you like, because you can get back to this page very, very easily. Have you ever thought that flying around in these aircraft is a little bit strange, and the fact that you have no arms, legs or body? Well, in this aircraft you can change that. You click on the vent in between the pilot's legs, you can get your arms and legs back, and they are linked to the controls, which is pretty cool. Don't sit too far back though, because otherwise you'll have a very strange view of the world indeed, and this mode is normally used for people that want to do some content and look into the scared eyes of the pilot as he flies around. It's still pretty cool nonetheless. This aircraft has a lot of sensors and a lot of screens to pay attention to. If you pay more attention to those than how you're flying the aircraft, you might find yourself in a dangerous situation. There is, however, a GCAS system, a ground collision alert system, that'll tell you which way is up and tell you to recover the aircraft. If you want to switch that system off, press on GCAS top right and select GCAS Auto to off. It will now not give you an alert. You might also find yourself distracted whilst you're flying around on an instrument approach, for instance, or in cloud. And if you get yourself into a situation where you don't know which way is up, or you're out of parameters and you're not sure what to do, you can click on the auto recovery switch, which is on the right hand side of the cockpit. Best to note that this will not avoid the ground, and it will also not recover from a stall. If you want to take the aircraft back, just reselect or close the cover on the auto recovery. I find that the auto recovery system is probably most useful if you're in cloud without visual references. You can click on the auto recover and it will bring you back to a known position. Here I am on the deck of a ship in the F35B variant, of course most famous for being able to do short takeoffs or vertical takeoffs and vertical landings. You might not know that you need to be less than 40.6 in all up, or gross weight, and the gross weight is visible on the right hand page under GW. More on using the fuel system in just a second. In order to engage STOVL mode, you can either click Hook STOVL on the left hand side, or the key binding, which is available in the description below. Once STOVL mode is engaged, the auto takeoff is enabled. It's now in blue. That means the aircraft will take off itself. I remove the parking brake, put the tow brake on, click auto takeoff so it's boxed in white, and then as soon as I release the brakes, the aircraft will do what it needs to do to get airborne in the shortest amount of distance. All you need to do is remember to raise the gear, have the power set sensibly. The aircraft will accelerate and remove itself from STOVL mode. But if you don't apply a stick input, it will pitch nose up into a stall situation, so make sure you push the nose forwards before it removes itself from the STOVL mode. If you find yourself on recovery to the ship, but you're above the 40.6 max allowed weight for STOVL operations, you've got a couple of options. You can either remove any weapons that you had stored by just clicking on the SMS page. or you can dump down the fuel. In order to fuel dump, just click on the dump, confirm dump open, and you'll see that your gross weight as well as your total fuel will decrease. Once it gets to 40.6, you can stop the dump by clicking dump twice, and you're ready to engage STOVL mode. You can also set your joker and bingo to give you an alert when you get down to a certain fuel weight. For instance, I'm at 7.8. If I click on joker and go 7.7, when it gets to 7.7, joker will illuminate and I'll get an alert. So you can always set up your joker to stop the fuel dump before you run out. Here we are in the big brother of the F-35 variants, the C model designed for carriers. The big brother has more fuel, more weapons capabilities. Before we land on the deck though, we're going to have a quick look at the head-up display. Now you might find that you have too much glare, it's not very readable, and in that case you want to check the settings down beneath the screens. You can select to off, night, auto and day. You might find that with day you have too much glare, and if you want to go to night mode it's slightly finer, less contrast but easier to read. You can also go to dark or night settings on your multifunction display. There is also a head-mounted display option that's selectable via the menu, and then HMD. That provides an off-bore sight, helmet-mounted display. Useful if you want to keep eye on your parameters, your altitude, your airspeed and your heading. The Indiafoxtecho F35C is compatible with most, if not all, of the various carriers available in Microsoft Flight Sim. What you might not know is that it has the ability to have a simple LSO. With the hook and the gear down, menu, you can call the ball. He will then give you a readout of your speed, tell you if you're too slow, and will give you a wave off if he thinks you're going to be unsuccessful. Remember, this aircraft will work in terms of a carrier deck landing on any airfield or surface that's about 50 to 100 feet in elevation. Oh, that looked like a 3 wide to me. Before I demonstrate the last option, make sure if you like the content you hit the like button. Even better, subscribe to the channel, help support it and keep me motivated to keep producing the content. Of course, the F-35C is designed for use on a carrier, and with the extra large wings it needs to be folded, so make sure before you take off from a carrier that you unfold the wings. On the FCS page, hit spread and the wings will spread out. The F-35C has a native launch capability, so you can use it with any carrier. Of course, your carrier may have its own abilities to launch aircraft. In order to launch, make sure your wings are spread. Make sure you extend the launch bar by clicking on the multifunction screen, and then power up and release the brakes. Slight pitch back, gear up, and you are off on your mission. That is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, please like and subscribe. Always helps support the channel. And until the next time, enjoy the F-35, take care and fly safe.